Welcome to the very first cupping of BlendingRoom's coffee portfolio. This video is aimed for those people who wish to purchase coffee in the week commencing the 6th of January. Each of the coffees that I'll be tasting on the table today are available to purchase straight away, some of which will be released as roasted products from last Thursday, others will be roasted fresh in this week. During this video, I will cut through each one of the coffees, I'll describe its flavour, and I'll give a suggestion as how I think you could brew it at home. So without further ado, because it's freezing in the roastery today, I'll get straight into the cupping. So first of all, I have Dulce Sueños from Peru, which is our decaf coffee. This has a medium body, it's quite sweet. There's quite a lot of fruit characteristics within the coffee, so you must enjoy a fruit-forward decaf coffee for this. I can taste praline, there's a little bit of dried fruit, and there's also a touch of chocolate on the finish as well. This would be a very versatile coffee. You can brew this as espresso and all the way through to filter coffee as well. It is genuinely a very delicious coffee. Next in line, we have the Yellow Bourbon Pulp Natural coffee from Pantano, one of our core products. And this coffee does exactly what it says on the tin. A little bit of orange, a touch of roasted hazelnut, and a lovely rich chocolate on the finish. You can enjoy this coffee in every method of brewing: espresso, filter, cafetiere. There's a touch of acidity, there's a lot of body, there's good prevalent sweetness as well. This is an incredibly versatile coffee. Next in line is the Brew from Brazil. The beautiful thing about this coffee is that the fruit expression is in stone fruits rather than citrus like the Pantano. It has a similar quality to the Pantano in such that you have a nut profile, there's lots of rich chocolate as well. And such as the Pantano, this is another very versatile coffee. I have enjoyed this as a cafetiere through my Christmas break. You can brew this as filter or espresso or any other method, AeroPress, stovetop. You can throw this at anything and you'll get something delightful from it. Next in line is the Rancho Grande, equally from Brazil. And what you'll note with this coffee is a really lovely dried fruit like raisin. This too has a very classic Brazil chocolate. There's a touch of almond in there as well, but the defining factor about this is dried fruits. Much the same as the other two Brazils, this is a very versatile coffee, so again, you can be brewing this as espresso or filter or cafetiere, AeroPress, etc. Next is one of my favorite coffees, the washed Couture and Bourbon blend from La Bolsa in Guatemala. This has a lovely bright cherry characteristic, then into a syrupy, sweet, coating chocolate finish. I would brew this as a filter coffee. I think that's where this coffee sings the best. I actually, yesterday on Sunday, had this as a cafetiere. You get lots of the chocolate and lots of the sweetness that comes forward from that. You could try this as an espresso, but do expect quite a bright level of acidity with it. Following on from La Bolsa, we have the new coffee that was released last week to our subscribers, and this is El Puente, equally from Guatemala and brought to us by Falcon Speciality and V's 58, the same producer group as La Bolsa. This is another delightful coffee that would be really well suited for filter brewing. Expect lots of stone fruits in this. There's a little bit of black currant. There's a touch of grapefruit as well. There's then that very classic chocolate characteristic on the finish. This chocolate expression is more in the dark chocolate realm than the milk chocolate from the La Bolsa. I would, as I said, brew this as filter. This is where the coffee will really open up and express all of those beautiful flavor characteristics. Following on from El Puente, we have Victoria Mego. This is a washed coffee from Peru. The first thing you note about this is lots of purple stone fruits. Think plum, think a little bit of fig as well. There's a lovely sweetness to this coffee. There's equally quite a rich chocolate finish to it. Again, dark chocolates. It's a very autumnal expression of flavor. I too would be drinking this as a filter coffee. This would work in full immersion brews like a Clever Drip or a cafetiere. You'd probably have a really delicious AeroPress out of this as well. There's a touch of acidity and the beans are quite hard, so for home espresso brewing, you might find this a touch of a challenge, but if you get the right dilution ratio, this would be a beautiful coffee. Next, we have the Inzovu from Rwanda. This is a washed red Bourbon. And as you would expect, lots of bright citric acid. This has cranberry. There's a lovely orange character in there. It is a light body, but there is a brown sugar quality that does eke in a little bit of syrupiness on the finish. Brew this as filter coffee. I wouldn't put this through an espresso machine. The cranberry and the orange would just be a little bit too aggressive. Have it as a filter coffee, enjoy it as a cafetiere, have it as an AeroPress, a Clever Dripper, a Kalita Wave, all of that sort of brew method. Something with a filter paper would be really good, other than that cafetiere that I had described. So last on the list is the Las Naranjas, a natural processed coffee from Nicaragua. And this gives you everything that a natural coffee should give you. This really fermented, fruit-forward character in the cup. There's a big body, there's loads of sweetness. So when I was assessing the dry aroma, I got this caramelized pineapple on the nose, and then in the cup, you get figs and you get plums and you get other ripe tropical fruits, really sweet. This would make a very interesting espresso, and then it would be versatile for every other method of brewing, so AeroPress and filter. I'd probably have this in something that would allow those flavors to open up, so I would preferably lean into a filter-based brew, AeroPress or Harrier V60 or something like that. But if you're into interesting espressos, this would be a good one for you too. And there you have it. That is BlendingRoom's portfolio for the week commencing the 6th of January. Apologies if I was a little rusty throughout this cupping. It's the first time back after a 2 or 3 week hiatus. I'll be doing these every single week so that it will better inform you about the purchases that you may want to do during this week. If you have any feedback on how I could present this in a better way, do let me know in the comments below. Once again, I hope this has proved useful, and until next time, enjoy your coffee.